Hi, welcome back to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and I know we want to get right into the gameplay, but I feel like we need to have this one more episode because there's an error I want to correct, some things I want to clarify, and we haven't talked about what's the objective of this quest. How do we win? What are we trying to do here? So let's cover all that so in the next episode we can get right into the gameplay. Okay, the one error I want to correct is that we have two different doors in the game. Regular doors and locked doors. When I was setting up the quest, I put a regular door here. But the red bar means a locked door, so I'm going to replace that right now. Next, I just want to clarify something about the key, which you'll remember during the setup video, I hid within one of these three search token locations. And then, because we have 3 heroes in the party, I added another token after the fact, and people wondered, shouldn't I have also mixed this location into the possible places where the key could be hidden? The answer is no, you only hide special items within the starred search locations, but then people wondered, what's the point of having these tokens at all if obviously the heroes know the key is not hidden there? Well, don't forget, search tokens are beneficial in and of themselves, because anytime you search on a search token, you get to draw a card from the search deck. Unless, of course, it's the key. But if you do search there and it's not the key, you could find something like a power potion. That's going to give you a benefit. Or a warding talisman. And don't forget, when you're playing a campaign, in between quests, these cards also count as gold that you can add up and then buy things with. So additional search tokens add to the potential purchasing power of a party as it grows bigger, and you have to divide it up amongst more heroes. And don't forget, when you have more heroes in the quest, it means the Overlord can add more and better monsters. So having additional search tokens, you can go and maybe find a helpful potion or special item. That can be very useful. I also wanted to mention that once you do a search on a search token, that token is removed from the board, so each one can only be searched once. All right, let's get you back to the table because I want to talk very quickly about one item related to line of sight. Remember what I said, in order to have line of sight, you must be able to draw a straight line from any corner of the attacking space to any corner of the defending space with nothing interrupting that line. So in this example here, we can draw a line from this corner of Leoric's square over to this corner of the cave spider's square. And let's just show that. I'm going to move the cave spider for a second here and throw in a straight edge. You can see we pass on the corner of this obstacle but not through it. So that doesn't block line of sight and we're fine. We can attack this spider. But then I actually moved Leoric back and said, okay, we don't have line of sight any longer. We're going to draw this line again from this corner, and now you can see we're crossing through the obstacle, so that blocks line of sight. But some of you clever folks said, well, wait a minute here. If we just go and draw the line to the back corner of where the spider had been standing, now we're once again passing right directly between those obstacles. So, line of sight, right? Well, I understand why you would think so. I would too. But the rules state the line of sight cannot be interrupted by anything, including the target model itself. And this line passes through the spider before it gets to that back corner. Now, I know that some of you, many of you, are staring at your screens right now and you're thinking, what? That doesn't make any sense at all. And you're not alone. A lot of people feel that way. It's been vigorously debated online. But Fantasy Flight Games, in their most recently released Frequently Asked Questions document, they definitely clarified this. Line of sight cannot be interrupted by anything, including the target model itself, or line of sight is considered blocked. There are a couple other things that FAQ clarified as well. Some of the cards the heroes have say that they can be activated during your turn. And so that would make you think, hey, I can do this at the start of my turn, the end of my turn, the middle of my turn. No, the intention behind that is that those cards can be activated during your perform 2 actions step. So anywhere in that part of your turn, that's when you can activate those cards. Also, they updated the wording on Grisban the Thirsty's card. Let's take a look at that. The wording of the hero ability says that anytime you recover fatigue from performing a rest action, then you get to remove a single condition from yourself. Now it's supposed to read that anytime you perform a rest action, whether or not you remove any fatigue from yourself, you can also remove a single condition. So sometimes you might perform a rest action even when you have no fatigue, just so that you can remove a single condition using this special ability. Alright, the final thing we need to go over is this quest. What's going on here? Why are the heroes in this dark, dank cavern? What's the Overlord trying to accomplish here? How does either side win? The quest comes with a background story. I'm just going to summarize it for you now. The heroes have been informed that in the caverns of Carthmount, there are two idols that stand eternally opposed. There's the idol of the sun, which works to bind away the shadow, some kind of terrible evil. There's also the idol of skulls, which is actively eroding the power of the idol of the sun, which of course would then release that shadow for some nefarious purpose. So the heroes have gone into this cavern to try to gather more information and see if they can set things right. So let's take a look at the map, and I'm going to talk to you about some of the different elements that make up this quest and how we use them. So first of all, we have the idol of the skulls, which is this token right here, and it's currently being carried by this monster. And when a monster is carrying the idol, it can only perform one action on its turn. Either move or drop the idol into an adjacent space. It can't perform any other actions. Now, as an action, a monster can pick up the idol of the skulls from an adjacent space, and if it does that as its first action, its second action must either be move it or drop it again. Also, if a monster is defeated while it's carrying the idol, then when the monster is removed, the idol is left in that space. If the idol had been picked up by one of the large base monsters like the Ettin, then the Overlord can drop the idol into any one of the spaces that make up that monster's base. In order for the Overlord to win, this idol must be transported all the way down through these sewers and placed into one of these two spaces. As soon as that happens, the Overlord wins the quest. But the heroes also have an objective, certainly to stop that from happening, but also over here we have the idol of the sun. In order to win, a hero has to get adjacent to that idol and then spend an action to activate it. As soon as they do so, they win the quest. Little problem though, the idol is behind a locked door. So in order to get the key, you're going to have to either find the key that was hidden in one of these three search tokens, or there's also a second key. It's on the Ettin, so if you kill the Ettin, you are considered to have collected the key, and don't have to bother trying to find it amongst these search tokens. So you have a couple of options there. Until you have that key, though, there's no other way to open this door. The only other rule is reinforcements. This is how I'm able to get new monsters onto the board as the Overlord. Right now, I'm at my limit. These are as many monsters as I'm allowed to have on the map at any one time. But as soon as some of them are defeated and removed from the map, then during the reinforcement step, which takes place at the start of the Overlord turn, the Overlord is allowed to bring out some more monsters. And it's specified one monster from the open group. So the open group is my cave spiders. Once the Ettin dies, that's it. I can't bring any more Ettins out. But as soon as spiders start dying, then at the start of every one of my turns, for free, I can place a single cave spider on either this entrance tile or this exit tile. Alright, that's everything you need to know about the quest. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comments below. Be happy to answer them for you. In the next episode, we are going to start the gameplay, and Luke and I will try to go back and forth and complete a couple of hero and Overlord turns so you can see everything in action. But we're going to end on a hero turn so you guys can weigh in on what those heroes should do. I hope you'll join us. Until the next episode, thanks for watching.